After learning there's a body from 18 years ago that could make him rich, Braids was a bit doubtful, said she would check it out herself. He quickly lied that he was a relative to enter the morgue when he saw it was a girl they had bullied. So he went to Ethan again. He asked Ethan to tell him who killed Suki. Anyway, it's one of those four. It was Shora who was high and did it. It was Yan Zhen who did the worst. If Suki mentions the stewardess Hyan having an affair with a teacher at the gym, then it's Hyan. If Suki says June is colorblind, then it was that guy. And what Ethan wanted was a trigger. According to Ethan's needs, Braids prepared the secrets of the four that Ethan wanted. And Ethan revealed the person who killed Suki. With this ace up his sleeve, the little Braid can hardly wait. Thinking her life is about to blossom, he first booked a plane ticket to America. Then he ordered some expensive main coats, but he was unaware that his end was drawing near. Let's meet up! The wife just acted coy with her husband. The husband knew what she wanted. Do you need to tell me when you use my card? Really? I thought my wife's habit was just shopping. But the husband was clueless how frightening his wife was before him. Even though his wife smoked in front of him, he thought her being so natural was pure. Suddenly, the husband wanted to joke. He joked about meeting her flight attendant friend. When he heard the attendant say she did poorly, the wife acted like she was just 1 point higher. Maybe the tyco's stiff face wasn't made for jokes, but the wives took it all in and secretly made a plan. Flight attendant fitting was in her mom's laundry. Suddenly got an invite from Yan Zhen. She looked through the customer's clothing to find the most fashionable one. I must say, her taste is quite good, though it's a bit tight, but it perfectly highlights her curves. She calmly said it was from her boyfriend. This dress was a birthday gift from me to Shara. Are you normally wearing guest's clothes? Whitney thought, no wonder they summoned her out of the blue. But it's clear that Yan Zhen is behind this because she's known for her ruthless nature. But Yan Zhen never expected. In the end, they'd get back at her. In fact, the moment Yan Zhen gave birth, she was destined for an imperfect ending because the truth will always come out. But she's colorblind. But this condition is hereditary. But her husband has no colorblind history. One day, the tycoon got an anonymous letter. Inside was just a business card. Just someone he played chess with, but I have to say, he's drawn to the woman in front. But for a whole month, he hasn't seen her. To find her, the tycoon specially built a top-notch venue. The workers toiled day and night, completing the finest chess room, all to hopefully attract a woman one day. He received her photo, wanted cash for tips on the woman, so he tried calling, but found it was switched off. Next, he went to the company on the card and was welcomed by the boss. The boss didn't seem to want to see him. After learning he saw the Braid guy, the boss felt a headache coming. Then he grabbed a smoke to calm down, but the cigarette reminded him of his wife, who also smoked the same brand, but now very few smoke it. His wife shyly asked him if he missed their wedding day. She nervously questioned how he knew the Braid guy. Do you normally meet with the handsome guy with braids? Seeing husband's serious expression. Is he extorting you too? Husband says he's just curious, all good, but the calmer he is, the woman wrapped in just a robe. She asks why husband isn't resting. How can you still sleep at this time? Can you stop being so stubborn? His true nature is about to show. Husband's anger grows. How can he be blind to find such a shameless woman? At first, he thought it was all a coincidence. He didn't mind that the wife smoked, but her smoking preference was just like her former classmates. He thought they were just classmates. So that day, he received a photo. The way this old classmate looked at his daughter was unusual. This inevitably made him recall that day at the pig meeting. He also came to the class. Back then, he didn't get the meaning. He thought he was just joking. He could see the rich heir watching from afar. This raised the tyco's suspicion since the rich heir learned that Yan Zhen's daughter is colorblind like him through the colorblind gene. It's clear without a paternity test she's his daughter for sure. Excited, he decorated the nursery the next day. He framed his daughter's drawings and hung them on the wall. This was to show it was her room, but he was too naive. His lawyer told him, even if you're her dad, you can't take her because the child was born to them as a couple unless they get divorced. Even though they still have their secret affair, he knows Yan Zhen can never leave her tycoon husband. But to get his daughter, he found Yan Zhen. He would give her the 6 houses in his name. Her husband is a tycoon. Just a flick of his finger is more than his wealth. But the rich heir desperately wanted his daughter, so he had to make a move against her husband. The tycoon's feelings for his daughter, things escalated so quickly thanks to Ethan's instigation. After a few months, he saw Ethan again. He learned she became his daughter's teacher. At last, he got it. All the chess meetings were setups. All been 24 hours, waiting just for him. But he never thought it became just a pun. He remembered his wife had mentioned the reason was the daughter got a crazy new teacher. At that time, he thought it was for their daughter. Thinking of a brighter future, he recalled what Ethan said. She liked to gamble on both chess and life. Did you win? I was just about to. Later, he learned from his daughter, Mom and our teacher were classmates. The tycoon increasingly felt they It's been strange events lately. His daughter of 8 years turned out to be colorblind. Even he was inexplicably drawn to a woman. Even his wife seemed lost. She noticed something was off, so she visited the witch using pure glutinous rice, sprinkled upon her to rid her of misfortune, but only she knows the sins she's committed. Perhaps it's guilt. She paid a hefty sum for a locksmith. Entering a room, she believed the problem lay here. Indeed, the walls were covered with memories from her years, and it wasn't only her. Could it be they were targeted too? But her high school friend, Sarah, had already been brought to heel, only because Don said 3 words that hit her soft spot, and Don's request was simple: to have her hand over the bundle of cash on the floor. As an artist, Sarah was reluctant, but she got a cash bundle. He got an unknown envelope, but upon opening it, she was panic-stricken. Inside were photos, exposing her scenes with different men. But now she finally found a wealthy bachelor planning to wed soon. He gifted her a 10-carat ring right away, but now she's panicked because she didn't even know who he was. Looking at all photos, she comforts herself. It's no big deal. Even Snow White lived with 7 dwarfs, but she made a genuine gyno appointment. She asked the doctor to fix her hymen and to issue a certificate of purity. They see hundreds of patients like her every day. They even give a premarital purity certificate. A flawless set of docs was shown to her future mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law pretended it didn't matter. That person then greeted her first. Wedley took a moment to respond. They hadn't seen each other for over a decade, but Wedley felt it wasn't that simple. Seeing how warmly her mother-in-law greeted Dong-an and noticed her mother-in-law's response to her, oh, it was beyond compare. So she chased after Dong-an in her tank high heels. First, she complimented Dong-an. Then, as old classmates, she invited her for a chat. She says Dong-an was here for a bachelor showdown. Then they went to a more open area. Wedley saw that no one was around. Then she suddenly knelt down before Dong-an. Forgive her past mistakes. But Dawn threw out her lost phone. That's when she knew the photo was sent by her. If she told her mother-in-law about this, she would lose all her work. After all, a stewardess lives on her youth. How much youth does she have to lure a wealthy bachelor? So she decided to stop today. I'm yours now. And this is what Dong-an was waiting for. But she never expected her husband would find this place too, and their talk in the rental was, Yan Zhen's soul isn't back yet. She only said one thing that made her lose the pure image in front of her husband.